Well, it was once ASUU versus the federal government, but now looks like, well, the students versus some landlords in terms of rent. But let's go straight to Minna, the Niger State capital, where Carol Ogbinaka joins us as the Chairman, Academic Staff Union of Universities, UNILAG chapter. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We hear that, well, some good news from ASUU. Could you please give us an update on what exactly is happening after your meeting? We seem to be having, well, I think we lost that particular call while we're trying to establish contact with the ASUU chairman, University of Lagos, Carol Ogbinaka. The news coming to us now has it that, well, the strike has been officially called off by ASUU, and that's the 6-month-old strike officially called off. Well, we'll still try to establish that call. As soon as we get that, we'll go over to Minna, the Niger State capital, to speak with Dr. Carol Ogbinaka. Well, joining us this morning to look at some of the issues we've actually started off last week, and we were still on this particular matter this week, is Dr. Isuwa Dogo. He's a political scientist. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Yeah, a whole lot has been happening. Well, we have series of letters, letter writing, so long a letter. Some have actually decided to call some of this. But the first to look at in this matter, let's start with the letter written by Lamido Sanusi on the NNPC.
Well, as I read the going up and down with respect to the letter written by the central bank governor, I can only say that maybe there is something missing somewhere. One, the CBN governor does not have unlimited access to the MD of the NNPC. I also believe that no official of the central bank that will want to get any form of information from the NNPC and will not get it within the shortest time possible. But even if it's going to take long, they'll still get it. So the very aspect of writing a letter to the president with respect to that makes me wonder, what is the motive? Is the motive really national? Is the motive rational? Is the motive that which you see that, look, something is actually wrong here? I don't tend to see it that way. I tend to think that there is a deliberate, calculated attempt to ridicule the NNPC when there is no reason for that. I tend to believe that something is missing somewhere else. Why will the governor of the central bank be writing such a letter to the president when there is no form of information he will have required from the NNPC and he will not get it?
Dr. Dogo,
because he is part and parcel of the administration. What has happened to dialogue? What has happened to relating with people in a very cordial manner? Won't you get more information?
I thought letter writing is also dialogue.
Letter writing could be a dialogue, but should be a last resort under this circumstance, because they are all part of the same administration and they work together to ensure that the nation moves forward. But if a letter is written and then everything there seems to be, absolutely out of what the reality is, then there is a hidden agenda. Is that hidden agenda that probably Nigerians should seek to find out?
Dr. Dogo, now the CBN is an institution, and as you said, they work together with the NNPC. This is something that they've been going. We had a representative of the NNPC here yesterday who talked about the fact that they've been having reconciliation meetings. This is not the first time we're hearing about backlogs of monies that are withheld. But I want to believe that before this letter was written, there must have been some communication between the two institutions. So, as you said, this letter is a last resort. Why are you now saying that it looks as if
the very opening paragraph of the press release of central bank nullifies that kind of idea? Because by the time you say that, look, there must have been a sort of communication, why will you say that you neither accept nor deny that there was a letter when it is already in the public domain? And again, is there an end to communication? There is no end to dialogue.
Well, I think, looks like we have... hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, Dr. Ogbinaka. Oh, I think... Dr. Ogbinaka, good morning. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, you're live on Channels Television, Dr. Ogbinaka. Could you please give us an update on what exactly is happening?
You may not be able to hear me clearly because we're on the road, but I can inform you clearly that the strike has been suspended early this morning after the leadership have met. And in a 2-minute time, the president will be having a press conference there in Mina. And so that's the situation of things, and details of the circumstances will be given by the president of the union.
Well, now that we know that the strike is called off, would you be willing to let us in on details as to when resumption for schools? Would you want to wait after the Yuletide?
No. It's left on the various leadership of the union. As soon as we get to our various branches, there's going to be Congress meetings, and then our members will be informed to resume immediately. That's the situation. We want to appreciate everybody for their patience, and we do hope that every party involved in this strike matter will keep to their terms.
Well, when you say everybody, will keep to their terms, but we thought that the government, and ASUU have actually, signed the dotted lines on those agreements.
We expect the students to resume. We expect our members to go back to class, and we're going to enforce that, and we expect the government to keep to every test of the agreement reached.
Well, is there likely to be another renegotiation from 2014?
Yeah, it is part of the MOU. So by 2014, we should sit back and see where the government have problem and where ASUU has problem too. So that is the situation, and we'll be able to meet a common ground.
Well, how soon are we likely to see UNILAG come back?
We have to arrive at our various universities. We have to inform management, and we have to inform our members. Already we've gone for a Congress meeting tomorrow, and by the grace of God, we will inform our members. The union has its own procedure, and so we have to inform our members and make letters to all our members, as well as management of the university, informing them that we suspended the strike action.
Well, finally, it's important you let us in on this. Was the non-victimization clause signed by the government?
Everything was there, and then we have the document with us, and we'll avail our members with it.
Well, Dr. Ogbinaka, I would like to thank you so very much for speaking with us here on Sunrise Daily. Well, that's the ASUU chairman of UNILAG speaking with us live. He says, they're on their way back to their various, should I say, schools. Well, he is the ASUU chairman for UNILAG, and they say the strike has been called off, pending when some other meetings will be held with their congresses, that is, various congresses in that school, in those schools.